Hello and welcome to today's webinar, Save Time with Campaign Builder in Constant Contact. Thanks for joining today. Before we dive in to our session, I did want to let you know about all the tools we have available in Constant Contact for your online marketing, especially since we'll be looking at how to incorporate some of these things together in one marketing campaign. So we have our tools for creating great looking email marketing campaigns, sort of our bread and butter here at Constant Contact. You can also automate your email marketing. So we have automation tools and welcome emails that you can set up in your account. Also list growth tools to help you grow your email and text list. You can create ads for Google, Facebook, and Instagram. That will also help you with list growth and just getting your name out there to find new customers as well. You can post through social media through Constant Contact. We'll be looking at that a little bit today. So you can create posts and reply to social messages as well. And then we have our SMS text marketing. Also, another option we'll be looking at today that helps you expand your marketing reach further. We also have an events platform that allows you to promote and manage your events and lots more. So we have all these tools, all these features, all these different marketing channels you can use, and you can use a lot of them together, which is what we'll be looking at today. So with that, let's dive into today's session. If you're like many of the small businesses and nonprofits we know, you need to be doing more with your marketing. However, you're often too occupied by other responsibilities. More than half of small businesses admit to putting off their marketing because they don't have enough time. I'm sure many of you here today could relate to that. Just a few more stats to share. Only 16% of small businesses feel confident they're using the right marketing channels to reach their customers. 81% say multi-channel campaigns lead to better results. And 60% cite lack of time or lack of knowledge as the obstacle preventing them from using multiple marketing channels. So that's why today I'll be showing you how using multi-channel campaigns can help you maximize your business or organization's success. So we'll talk a lot about multi-channel campaigns using different marketing channels together. And then I'll show you a live demo of our campaign builder in Constant Contact, which is our AI tool that helps you automatically create fully customized multi-channel campaigns by producing high quality content and just helps you get your campaigns out the door quicker. More specifically, here's our agenda for the session. We'll be talking about how each channel, mostly focusing on social media, email, and text message, how those all work together to move people closer to your business. Then we'll talk about how to harness the strengths of each of those channels. And then we will go into a demo and create a multi-channel campaign in your account with our campaign builder tool. Just a more formal introduction here to put a face to a name. My name's Caitlin. I'm a manager here on the professional services team at Constant Contact. I've been here about 11 years now. So I have a lot of experience with Constant Contact, email, online marketing, and excited to bring my experience to the session to help you get started with the campaign builder and multi-channel marketing. Also, I am here to answer your questions. So if anything comes up as we're going through, just click over to the Q&A tab on the right side of your screen. Type in a question. That'll come straight to me, so you won't see each other's questions. And then I can answer those as we go along, and there will be some time at the end for Q&A as well. And just another quick note, on the right side is also a handouts tab. So we do actually have a little PDF document. It has some links in there. You can download that and keep that for your reference after the session today. But with that, let's dive in and talk about how each channel works together to move people closer to your business. Social media, email, and text are the three main channels for communicating with your audience. And each does play an integral role in your marketing campaigns. So, I actually have a few stats here on why all of these channels are important to helping you get results. First of all, email and SMS, and I'll be using the SMS and text marketing interchangeably. So, it's the same thing, just text message marketing. But both those things are the two most helpful communications when making a purchase. And then 91% of consumers are interested in signing up for text. 56% of internet connected adults in the US have multiple social media accounts. Internet users spend more than a third of their time on social media, which is crazy to think about, but kind of also not surprising at the same time. Then we found a cross-channel marketing approach can boost average users' lifetime by 76%. So, as you can see, using these channels together will maximize your results because you're reaching people where they are. And each channel really does have its own benefits and strengths. So, you're probably wondering how you can use them all together for the maximum benefit. And we like to think of that as the party principle. To break that down, social media is going to be your big party. Great for engaging, meeting new people, finding those connections that may go deeper. And then email is the after party. You found your people to build deeper relationships with. They say, yes, I want to stay connected with you. And then text message is going to be the VIP party. These are the people you really want to treat special because you connect with them in the most personal channel. All right, well, now let's talk about how to use that party principle and start to harness the power of the strengths of each channel to create a campaign that gets you results. Now, when we're looking at the strengths of social media, you really want to use this when you're wanting to get beyond your email and that text list. You're looking to increase engagement so you can reach a new audience, and you're doing it in public. Not everyone is going to see what you post and share, so keep that in mind. It is great for driving awareness and garnering engagement for your campaigns. From there, when it comes to email, this is the tool that allows you to reach your audience directly. It also allows you to have a more robust message where you can add images and formatting, especially when you want to add more detail to your message. And then when we're talking about text or SMS, that's great for your time sensitive messages, offers, or even something that's exclusive. Just remember that VIP party that happens here. This is especially good for your short messages and really good for those exclusive and timely messages as well. Now, one other thing you can incorporate is events. Whether it's a fundraiser, a sale, or a networking event, you can run an event as your end goal and use the different channels to promote that. Events are a really good way to build relationships and connect with your audience. So maybe you have an end goal to drive awareness of your cause or business. Events could really help support that goal there as well. As we get into the campaign builder in a bit, you can see how all these different things can start to tie together. Now let's take a look at an example of how it all looks when using these tools together for a campaign. So as an example, here at Constant Contact, when we launched our SMS tool a while back, we created a multi-channel campaign to promote it. So on social media, we announced an upcoming webinar about it, and then we provided them the link to register. Then via email, we have a hints and tips newsletter. So we included it in there and promoted that first webinar that we hosted on using SMS. And then this last example shows how you can promote or remind people about your event in the text channel. In this example, you can promote a webinar or some sort of event on that same topic. Now, something to note is not everything you send or share will be an exact replica of each other. With a strategy like this, you're using each channel more strategically to maximize the results of your campaigns. Okay, well, we've talked about how to use these different channels together to support a marketing campaign. So now we can dig into the demo and look at our campaign builder tool, which helps do that heavy lifting in terms of building those campaigns. So I'm going to pull up my account here. And really the idea is we'll put in a few pieces of information and we'll look at a couple different tools in our accounts, and then we can build out this full multi-channel campaign automatically and very quickly. So as we're going through here, the big thing you want to start to think about is what are your marketing goals with Constant Contact? Because that's really where you need to start when you're putting this together. So if you want to, actually in our Q&A tab, feel free to share what your marketing goals are with Constant Contact. Maybe you're looking to collect donations, drive revenue, get more customers, just generate awareness of your business or your cause or something that's going on. If anyone wants to share, yeah, looks like Taylor's looking to drive business, get some foot traffic in the store. And Sarah has a newsletter, so just looking to get the word out. Sounds like gain some awareness. Andre says all of the above. Yeah, I mean, all of those things are great things to do, especially if you want to get the word out and boost some sales or engagement, traffic. Josh is promoting an event that's coming up. Okay, yeah, a lot of good goals out there. So that's perfect. So kind of keep that in mind as we're building out our campaigns today. Because really, Campaign Builder can help you do all of that. It's a wizard powered by AI that builds out these campaigns based on the goal that you give it. But let me show you how this all works. Now, the first thing I want to do is actually set up some branding in the account so that the emails that get generated for me have my branding automatically. So that's actually found here under my brand option on the left side of the account. We're going to use what's called our brand kit. So let me click into that. What this does is it allows you to add a logo, some colors, some images, and it creates a theme for all your future email campaigns for the account. So you can manually add in that information if you have like specific branding colors you need to use or you already have your logo handy. But the other thing you can do is actually scan your website. So it filled mine in automatically because I have that saved in my account information. But you can really just copy and paste in your website address and then click scan my website, and it'll pull the colors off of there and the logo if you have any pictures. And from here, you can build out this theme. So it makes it really easy because it's bringing that all into your account for you, and you don't have to redo any of that work that you've already put into your website. So It did find this is going to be for Jack's Backyard Barbecue restaurant. So it found the logo, pulled a bunch of colors in. So I'll just keep the check marks for the ones I want to use. So let me uncheck. I don't need all these different shades of black necessarily, but I can keep the rest of those. And it pulled in the logo again. Any other images you have on there, it'll pull in as well, which is an easy way to get some pictures into your account. Although you can always upload different pictures either or later, I should say. And Andre asks how to obtain most of the pictures from the website. So this will look for the pictures on the page that you copy and paste in. So it might not pull all of them off your website if they're on different pages or in different places. So you can also just, save those pictures to your computer and bring them in manually as you're creating your emails down the line. So now that we have some of this information, I can go through and put together a theme. We can go with a light or a dark theme, and then we can click through and see which options we like. And also you can customize just here, anything. The scanned colors show up there. I think maybe I'll go with this one. I think that looks good. And then continue. And then you can make even a few more tweaks on here. This is showing what the theme is so far. Maybe I'll change that logo. Let me come here to my logo, change it. And let's go with, I think that one looks a little better. And then there's my colors if I want to add anything. I could add more images now, but once again, I can also do that later. So then when we come back to the theme, that looks pretty good. If I want to make any last changes, maybe I want like the tan for this featured layout background, dividers, maybe that could be orange, and then everything else looks good. Or maybe the links could be orange too. We could try that. But otherwise, this is set. So this isn't an actual template I'm editing right now, but it is a preview of my branding, of my theme, and that will go with moving forward. Now I do see Sarah asking, can I have more than one theme in the account? And the answer to that is actually no. You can just have basically one at a time. Now you can change this. So if I wanted to go back, if I click scan my website, I could do a different website and then it would just replace this. But it is just kind of one branding for your whole account there. You can edit any of these things later in each email that you create and send. So with that, we're ready to use the Campaign Builder tool to create a multi-channel campaign. That'll be here under Marketing Channels. And we label it here as the Multi-Channel Campaigns tab that we'll click over to. So this is where we're going to fill in some information, and then our marketing AI will build things out for us. Okay, so we do start with the goal. So that's why I was asking you that earlier. I could attract new customers, keep people informed, increase engagement. If I click here, there's even a few others. Events, products, collect donations. I'll do two different ones so you can see how they differ a little bit here. So let's start with, we want to attract new customers. We want to get my business in front of more people. As Jack's Backyard Barbecue, we're looking to bring some more people into the restaurant. So I'll click create. And then it really is just a few things I have to fill out. Here on the right is an example of what it could look like. So it builds out this marketing plan broken down by week and then the different campaigns. But then to get more specific here, we just fill out the information on the left. So the first thing is describing my business. And here is just where you want to be clear and specific. You want to provide relevant background information and context, especially as it pertains to your goal and purpose. Maybe think about some important keywords that they need to know. What do they need to know to find value and take action? Who is your audience? With all that in mind, I'm going to say Jack's Backyard Barbecue is a barbecue restaurant that serves brisket, ribs, and other favorites. We make our own barbecue sauce. We've been in business 20 years. We're a local favorite. So we're just describing the business and talking about all the different highlights that people need to know. Then you will choose a time frame. So how long do I want this promotion or this campaign to run? We usually recommend 4 weeks, so that's the time frame that's here by default, but I could stretch it out longer or shorter, totally up to you. I will stick with the 4 weeks there. And then for this goal, it recommends using emails, social posts, SMS, and even events. I could always uncheck any of these things I don't want in my marketing campaign. I'll leave all of them for now, just so you can see what it looks like. You can always remove things later on as well. And then just fill in your industry. You can type whatever you want here. Mine already filled in because I had that information saved on my account, but feel free to type whatever your business is and find something close. And then you'll just click Create Campaign. So then it does ask us a final question. What specific event or promotion will you be focusing on for attracting the new customers? So I'll say we're offering a buy one, get one free brisket entree. So we have this promotion going on. That's what we're hoping will bring these new people in. So I'll submit that. And then it does take a minute or two. This is built with our marketing experts here at Constant Contact, put together a whole bunch of information into this database. And then our tool here will pull from all of that based on the goal, the industry, and then that branding we provided will be incorporated. And it is actually writing out the verbiage and the content. And then it's looking for some stock images and the suggested frequency and timing of all the campaigns comes into it. So we'll be seeing all this in a minute. Now this does run in the background, so I could exit out of this, maybe upload a contact list while I'm waiting and get that all ready to go. Or I could even just step away, log out of my account and come back later. And then it'll just run in the background. But it is relatively quick. You just kind of have to wait a minute or two. And then it'll pull this all together for us. So then let's just take a look at everything it put together. So what it suggests for this particular campaign is 3 emails and 3 social posts, it looks like. And then it actually wrote and created these emails and posts and then has them associated with specific dates. Now here's the name of this overall campaign, our Jack's Backyard Barbecue Promotion Plan. I could edit that. No one else really sees that, but if I wanted to kind of keep things organized, I could rename this Jack's Backyard Barbecue Spring Marketing Plan, maybe we could say. And that way we have that all set up for ourselves. And then let's actually look at some of these campaigns. So this did just do the email and social post. So it didn't have any SMS texts that it suggests, or we're not running an event. It sometimes will create a whole event campaign for you, which that is a tool we have to collect registrations and manage events. I don't think I need this for that campaign anyways, but basically it starts this out tomorrow with an email and the social post. And then it even gives you a description underneath each one to explain what we're doing here. So this first email would directly reach existing customers with details about the offer. And then this one leverages social media to spread the word among new customers. And then about a week later, we have another email to remind customers of the promotion. A few days later, we post on social media to continue to engage the audience there. Then we have a last chance. So this is kind of near the end date of that promotion. Final push to create urgency. And then the final weekend countdown there on the 12th. So then the idea is these are all drafts. So I need to actually come in, make my own edits, and schedule these out. So let's look at this first email. I'll actually click into that so you can see what the draft looks like. And it does have the branding. And then you'll see the verbiage written out and some pictures. All right. So here is the email template. And you can see this is one of our newer features. On the right side, it actually has the other campaigns on the right. So I can actually click over to the other campaigns too if I want to kind of edit it all in one place. But for this one, branding looks good. So the logo, the colors, it filled in. These are stock images based on the industry I provided. So those have filled in. And then we have our text. So this talks about the BOGO brisket entree offer. Get ready to indulge in the mouth-watering flavors of Jack's Backyard Barbecue. And then talks about join us as we celebrate 20 years. So it brought that in. And then this also talks about celebrate 20 years of barbecue. Join us in celebrating a remarkable milestone. So you do want to read the text. Make sure it sounds like you. Make sure the information is accurate. Now these buttons are not linked to anything because we didn't give it any links. So it's up to us to decide if we want to use these or delete them. I think it is good to always have a call to action. In our case, maybe we just want them to view the menu. So I could click on this and I could say, just view our menu. And then you add the link here on the left side. So this is all our button editing opportunities here. So if we were to link it, I'll just throw in a example here. jacksbarbecue.com/menu, let's say. I do like all of this, but maybe I want to make it a little bit shorter. So I can even delete that whole section. And then the image looks good, but if I wanted to replace it, I can come to our images tab. We have some images we've uploaded in the past. You can also upload here. So this is where you can bring in more pictures. And so like I could even click and drag that in. I could do it even below to maybe fill in some of that white space. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, Andre asks how to move the fields and not create a mess. You do have to, usually the design looks great. So I wouldn't maybe move things around too much, although you definitely can and should if you want it to look different. You can always undo. I love the undo buttons. If you're moving things around and suddenly it's just not looking great, you can go back to what it looked like before. But it does take some practice. It's a click and drag type platform. So you do have to get the feel of dropping things different places. There's always that pinkish purple bar that shows up. So that's where you can kind of get an idea of where things are going. And then visually, it's just up to you. I do like this divider. I could even click on this and actually everything looks good there. Maybe I want to add another divider from here. Could drag that under and then delete the spacer. We don't need to get too in the weeds here. But if I want to match this, it looks like it's 65 long. So just things like that. I know I'm getting really into the details now. The only other thing I want to make sure to do is make sure this is displaying the correct social buttons. So I click on it and I click edit. And I can change the style of it as well if I wanted black. And then you click here and then add the networks I want. And then fill in my links. So that you do have to do each time, and that's just because we didn't give it social pages before. So part of the campaign builder is more of the content. We didn't give it any links to actually include. So that's why we want to make sure to go in and edit it. But let's stop here. This looks good for the email. So then I would do my preview and my test. And then if that looks good, continue. And then if you're familiar with sending emails in Constant Contact, just same exact thing. Make sure to choose your contact list. Jack's Barbecue contacts. You can double check your subject line and pre-header. If you want to make some changes there, you can actually click recommended subject lines. And this is another little AI tool that scans the content. And then it will even write out some more suggestions. So maybe I like that one. The pre-header shows up under or next to the subject line, kind of like a subtitle, subheader. Barbecue lovers unite. That sounds good. But then if we come to schedule for later, it already has the date filled in that it chose for us or that it suggests for us. So I would just want to select the time. Maybe I'll have it go out mid-morning. And then I would schedule. And we are good to go with that. So what's nice about this campaign builder is it makes the creating and sending of emails much quicker because the content's already in there. So really it's just a matter of making edits and then scheduling it out. So that is all scheduled out. So I could on the right side hop over to the social post and start working on that. And then that'll pull it up automatically. So let's look at this one. So here you'll connect your social accounts if you haven't already. So this is using our social post tool. It works with Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And to connect it, you just click on your page, type in your information, username and password, and then it'll connect. With Facebook and Instagram, they're actually connected. You'll use your own personal login information, but then it won't post to your personal page. It'll post to whatever business page is associated with your login information. And you can connect it to multiple pages as well. So then once it's connected, you only have to do that once. So that'll stay. The caption's already written. Final weekend for BOGO brisket. Don't miss out. So this is the one for that final social post, the one it suggested for the 12th. It already has my date in there. Sometimes it'll add a picture for you, some of those stock images. If not, you can click on the plus sign to add. We could go with that brisket. And then it'll preview what it looks like over here. You can even add videos, short form videos, or connect to a Vimeo video. I can edit the caption. It gives you some hashtags. But I like what it put there, short and sweet and nice there. So with that, once I had everything connected, I would schedule the post and then that would post automatically. But let me just save that. So that's one way to do it, is just go through each one on the right side, and that'll quickly let you edit them. I can also come back to my multi-channel campaigns tab and see the full thing from here. Yeah, Denise, I always get hungry when I'm doing Jack's Backyard Barbecue stuff. The pictures look so good. Oh, Andre asks how to place a link button instead of a word link. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go in. Let's look at our last chance email. We could add a button in there. Once it loads up, it's pulling in all that content. So there it has our stock image. This is our final days of the promotion. It does have a button, but if you want to add one, that comes from the left side here under our build menu. There's several things you can click and drag in. So I would click and drag it, drop it, and it just looks like that. And then to actually link it, you click, come here, and then this is where you do the direct website address, URL. Probably most commonly you'll link it to a web page, but you can link to an email address, a document, and then you would upload like a PDF and it links to that. If you've created a landing page, phone number, all of that stuff. So that's how you do that. Oh, in social media. Oh, I see what you mean. In the social posts. And there it does have to be a word link. So you can't actually put a button in the social media post unless it's like a picture of a button. If you create a graphic that has a picture and then like a button on it, you could do something like that. But generally in social posts, it is just like a link that people click on along with your caption and your picture. All right, let's hop back to multi-channel campaigns. So for the sake of time, we'll stop there with this one. But basically the idea, go through, create, schedule each one. Let me show you one more thing actually. Maybe there's one more email I want to include. Maybe April 13th, we'll have another email just to wrap things up. I could come to all campaigns and take one I've created and include it. Yeah, Andre says sometimes the words may confuse customers. You could use like a link shortener, like bit.ly.com is an example. You can take a long link, go into bit.ly, create a short link, and then it's not like so long and taking up space. So here's one I've created earlier. I could click these three dots and click add to, and then just add it right into my spring marketing plan. And then I'll click over to the multi-channel tab. You can navigate easily up here. I just have to wait for it to load. But then we will see it in there. It does go in at the date it was created. So it's up here on March 17th. But then all I have to do is click our three dots, go to the schedule page. And you don't even have to fully schedule it out. You just need to change it on this page that's going to pull up here. And then when I save it, so I think I said April 13th is when I wanted it for. So April, Go back one. There we go. And then just save it. Come back here, multi-channel campaigns, and it'll have moved. So it's now at the very end. And just one last note, you can remove things from here as well. So if you decide maybe I want one less email, click your three dots and remove it. And then it actually will stay as a draft in your accounts. So I could use it later, come back to it, but it'll just take it out of my multi-channel flow here. Andre asks, can you boost the posts or make them an ad? Yeah, once they're posted to your social media page, you could go on to like Facebook, for example, and boost the post. If you want to do an actual ad from Constant Contact, you can. Those aren't included in our multi-channel campaign builder, but you can go here to the ads tab and create ads from there for Facebook and Instagram. I'll just click over to it real quick. But that's almost like a whole separate topic there. You can create an ad, social ads, Google ads, and then Facebook and Instagram and Google is right there. All right, well, let's go to multi-channel campaigns. I wanted to do one more just so you can see how it looks different for different goals. So let's create a campaign. Let's see if we can get one with an SMS in there as well. If not, we can always add one in ourselves. So let's do, this time let's do increase engagement. Maybe we're just trying to get more people to our social pages, our website. So in this case, the question is different. So describe your content. I will say, I want to share information about the barbecue restaurant and encourage people to follow us on social media. We've posted on Facebook before, but need more presence on Instagram. We have a website where they can find our menu, and I want them to go there. So just kind of listing out our goals. Time frame. We don't want this to run the same time as the other one. So we could have it start the week after and go a month. It recommends each email, social post, and SMS, barbecue restaurant, and create. And then one more question. What specific engagement activities or events will be held or promoted during this timeline to attract customers? So let me add, let's say, we're launching a new menu. We want to ask their favorite dish, and we want to share some behind the scenes photos. So we have some initial ideas there that we want to build into this campaign. So it will take another minute or two. And we don't need to go through and edit each one on this one, but we can just see what content it makes for us, because it will differ a little bit since the goal is a little bit different. So we'll give it a minute. Once again, you can exit out and go work on other things, and it'll give you a little notification when it's done. But let's see, about halfway there. And it does use that same branding. Probably bring in some of the same stock images, so we'd want to switch out anything we want to change. And yeah, and in the meantime, feel free to think of, if you have any questions, put those in the Q&A. Once we're done looking at this, we'll be able to get to some more questions as well. But let's see what we got here. Okay, 3 emails and 4 social posts. So it suggests on the 21st an email to introduce the new menu. Then on the 23rd and 25th, some social posts for behind the scenes kitchen and teaser of the new menu. Then May 1st, we have an email to remind them to check out the menu. A couple more social posts on the 5th and the 10th. Customer dish feedback, Facebook Live chef's take on new dishes. So that's a cool suggestion. It's kind of giving us some ideas of things we can do. And then the email is a final call to experience that new menu. So these, once again, I would go in and edit. Let me add in, because I want to show you what an SMS text message looks like. Maybe we want to also on the April 21st have a text message. We'd come here to SMS, and we have a whole webinar on our SMS texting. So if you want to dig into that, I'll tell you where to find our other webinars here in a minute. But I just want to get a draft created so we can see how to add that in. So we'll create an SMS. And you do have to have this on your plan, and you do have to register for it before you can actually go in and use it. So that's what you would learn about in the webinar. But then once you have it on your accounts, you would come in, and you can actually write a message with AI right within the text message as well. So we could go to our AI content generator. Let me try, this might be too long, but I'm going to copy and paste in that same verbiage I put on the other one and see what happens. Generate content. Love craving barbecue. Follow us on Instagram for mouthwatering updates. I like that. That's good. And then you can personalize it, add links. It suggests to add a link here. Save that. Then I said we want that on our, what did I say, April 21st, on the first day of the campaign. Save that. Oh, and we need to choose our contact list. All right, schedule that out. And then we should be able to come back to our campaigns here and add it in. All right. Click here, click add to our social media engagement plan, and then it's in there. The other thing to point out on our campaigns page is this calendar view. So this will actually put these campaigns into a calendar so you can visually kind of picture it that way, and it helps you schedule things out as well. So you can see it shows all the different campaigns in our account. So we have quite a few that we've created in the past, but it'll be on the calendar for you as well to go through and monitor and just kind of visualize what's happening on each day of the month. All right, so that is it for the demo. I do see a couple questions. Let's get to this one. Can the email function be used for individual or slightly personalized emails? April asks. Yeah, what you can actually do in your emails, let's go to one of ours in here. This actually is a really good thing to do because people engage more with emails that are personalized. You can actually have an email that goes out to a group of people, but you can have different things fill in. So you can have like their first name fill into the message if you have that saved in their contact information. And we even have something called, this is a little bit more of an advanced topic, but we have something called dynamic content. So you can actually set it up to where different blocks in an email display to different people. To do the name personalization, that would just be here in, like, you'd go into a text box, put your cursor where you want it to go. Then you come to insert. Greeting tag is where you have their name filled in. Contact details would be any other information you have for them, like their business name, state they live in, anything. Account details, kind of similar. There's a view as web page link, but greeting tag, so hello, first name, insert that. Now it's in here. So it could be something like that. And then it fills in for each person. And then if I wanted this text box to only show to a certain group of people for whatever reason, this whole section here, I would come to this 3 dots and the light bulb and create dynamic content. So this block will only show to people in, the city is Boston. This would be my Boston block. I know I'm going through this really fast, but something to kind of play around with and explore is now this block will only show to people in Boston. And then maybe people in a different city will get a different logo. Maybe we have a different location in a different city and the logo is slightly different. Then you could have that block show to people in a different city. And then you're not having to create all these separate emails. They're just going out to one group, but they look slightly different for each person. So that's the best way to personalize emails. Andre asks how to manage contact lists webinar. Yeah, we do have a webinar that goes over how to upload contacts and send emails. We also have another one that goes over segmentation, like segmenting your contacts. So I'll share our webinar page here in a second. Okay, great questions. Let's go ahead and wrap up. And then if you have any other questions, we can go ahead and get to those. Now, one last thing to talk about is the reporting of your multi-channel campaigns. So for each campaign, you can go to that multi-channel campaigns page. And then it looks like this. So you can get overall stats for the whole multi-channel campaign. So it shows your emails, your social posts. If I had an event, the number of registrations I got, and then each individual campaign also has the stats. So sends, opens, clicks, bounces, unsubscribes. Here's the social post, impressions, reach, engagement. So definitely make sure to monitor all that as you go along. So just to fully wrap things up here, let's recap and just talk about a few things to remember. So first, you want to harness the strengths of each channel, move people closer to doing business with you and using as many channels as you have access to. Use that campaign builder tool to generate the content and get the recommended timing for each communication. So really, the first place is start with your goal, follow those prompts, and make your tweaks, edit all those drafts, get them scheduled out, and then your marketing is planned out for however many weeks you need it to be. And we are here to help if you need it. We have personalized professional marketing services to help you meet your needs and goals. Let me share a little pop-up here. It'll slide in from the left of your screen. We have options to work with like a marketing coach on a monthly basis. So we have this AI that helps you build out a marketing plan, but then from there, it is up to you to optimize these campaigns, schedule them out, upload contacts. There's list growth strategies we can talk you through. So that's an option, or you can even have someone do all the work for you. If you're looking at this and you're like, I'm too busy for this, can someone do it? Yes, we have different services. So if you click on that button to learn more, it takes you to a page that describes all the services. The pricing varies based on which service you want to use. So you can fill out a form, someone calls you, talks you through which service is right for you, and we'll get you signed up. So I'd highly recommend looking into that. But with that, let's go over your questions. I did see a couple more come in, so we'll definitely answer those. I do want to let you know about our webinar called Getting Started, Upload Your Contacts and Send Your First Email in Constant Contact. This is the one that goes over all the different ways to upload your contacts. And then it does walk through creating and sending an email. So I'll do a little pop-up for that. This register now link in our pop-up, it's also at the top of the chat area. That actually takes you to the page with all of our webinars. So you can also look for the SMS one on there and the one on contact segmentation. So once you've actually uploaded your contacts and maybe sent a couple emails, there's a lot of strategies for segmenting your contacts as well. If you're not able to attend any of them live, we do send you a recording afterwards. So feel free to sign up for any that you're interested in. So April has a follow-up question. Can the custom field be what the dynamic function pulls from? Yeah, let's go back to that so we can see the different options here. So if we come back to our little light bulb, these are the standard fields. And then it does show custom fields. So this membership status is a custom field we've made before. So those will show up down here at the bottom of the list. So yes, you can pull dynamic content for any sort of custom field. You just have to have it created ahead of time and be in your contacts, but then it'll be in there for you. Laura asks, can you send an email to a single person or does it have to be sent to a list? It does have to be sent to a list. However, you can only have one person on a list, technically. The system's really designed more for sending communications to a group of people. But if you do need to have an email sent to one or a small group of people, you could do that. You just have to have them in a list. Sean asks, are you expected to have SMS for Canadian clients? Yeah, it's not available at this time. I think it's something we're looking to in the future. I just don't know how soon it is on the roadmap. So I don't think soon, to be honest, but I know it's on the roadmap for sure. Okay, lots of good questions. I think that is all I'm seeing for now. Feel free to type in a last minute question if you have one. But if you do think of anything else after the fact, we do have a lot of resources to help you get started further. You can click on the question mark in the top right of your account, or our new customer hub is a great place to go. I'll include that link in the follow-up email along with the recording of this session, and I'll send you the handout as well. But we have tutorials, FAQs, recorded webinars, our live webinars, our support team you can call and chat. We even ask a trainer drop-in session where it's actually like a Google Meet. You hop in, there's trainers sitting there waiting for you, and you can have someone teach you how to do different things. And I do see a question. Fiona asks, how or where do I find out about the SMS subscription? Is it available on the basic plan? And I understand scheduling is only available on the advanced plan. Yeah, so it is just for US right now. And you can have it on any plan. It's included in the premium plan. You can send up to 500 text messages if you're in premium. If you're not, you can add it on. So it does costs a little bit extra, but you can add it on to your plan. So that you would find if you come down to your account settings here, and this is where you can see what plan you're currently on. But there is an option for SMS that you can go to. And then you can add it to your plan from here if you don't have it yet. So we have this add-ons page. And this actually shows all our different services. So those professional marketing services I talked about are on here. But then SMS is here. And then you do have this SMS tab. Once it's active, all your information on that is here. And then you can add it also, I think, from the billing page, but definitely from the add-ons page as well. Yeah, this is where you can update your plan. Ours is just a free account. That's why you're not seeing a plan. But yes, so it's included in premium, not included in the other plans, but you can add it, and it is US only. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up. I'll close out of the session. There is a survey that pops up that's 4 quick questions. If you want to fill that out real quick, that would be awesome. But otherwise, thanks for joining and have a good rest of your day.